Hello YouTube, today I have some knives to sharpen, and I've been getting a lot of questions on how I sharpen my knives, and I've done a video in the past showing the Spyderco Sharp Maker, and let me tell you, this is a really good product, but it has some shortcomings as far as really sharpening knives. I use this all the time and I keep my knives extremely sharp, but a lot of my buddies, when they hand me their knives, probably once every 3 months, that's the only time the knife's going to get sharpened. So the Sharp Maker really won't work out for that. It's really to keep sharp knives sharp. But what I have here is a Craftsman utility sharpener. It runs about $50 to $60. Essentially all it is electric, water wheel, very slow moving, safe to use. You can touch it with your hand. It's not going to throw any sparks or anything. And it's somewhat coarse. It's not really all that coarse, but it will remove metal in a relatively fast process. And I'll demonstrate that really quick. I'm not going to sharpen the whole entire knife. But basically, the goal of this tool is to reprofile knives, and it'll actually put all the edges you'll ever need, like sharpen a machete. But basically, if you take your fingernail and go like that, it's really just kind of sliding off my fingernail. And this is my one of my best friend's knives. And let's see, for example, this is my knife. I keep it extremely sharp, as you saw in my garden hose cutting video. But see that edge, well, you can't really see it, but it grabs into my fingernail. That means the actual bevel, the edge is actually met up, and there's a point. But on this Voyager, it's not really the case. It might be kind of out and rounded. So what this tool will do is just bring it in, and then after we bring in the edge, we can actually go ahead and start to use the Sharp Maker. But I'll just give you a quick demo. You'll need a glass of water, and you really won't need any like safety glasses, because like I said, it's slow moving, and it's just not going to throw any sparks or anything. And this wheel will soak up a lot of water, so you'll just kind of have to continually pour water on it. And I just kind of go by feel. I kind of have this set up where I want my hand to rest. And you just get after it. Some tips when you're sharpening: don't worry about getting the angles exactly right. Just when you're sharpening conventional knives, you want the edges to, the bevels to be pretty symmetrical, and just get them to meet at a point. And you'll know this. Let's see if we can. When you actually use my fingernail test, that's the other cool thing about this thing. It takes off metal, but it doesn't do it at an extremely fast rate. You're not going to heat up your blade or anything. And I've used it for years, and it's lasted for a while. See, that's some old metal shavings from previous knives I've sharpened. And it will go in reverse. Let's see. Okay, that's starting to meet up. It probably could use a little bit more work, but it's actually, the edge is starting to meet up, and I need to get it to there, but it's right about there. But anyways, this is my best friend's knife. I just want to show you a couple jobs I have. He really uses knives. I mean, he doesn't, baby any of his
a true
knives.
knife user.
Yeah. He has this K-bar mule. Hey guys, we're having some camera problems, but we're back, and I was just talking about one of my best friends using his knife. He had a K-bar mule, and he used the heck out of this thing. I mean, it had black coating, and all the black coating's almost gone, and it was partially serrated, and he would just use those serrations for everything, cutting zip ties on a metal trailer, or cutting bone, or whatever he needed to do, which is actually pretty neat.
He actually did everything from opening bottles to killing livestock with it.
Yeah, in talking about opening bottles, he would actually get the glass bottles and take the top off the bottle. And I don't have a bottle out here, but he'd use the edge to pry the the top off the bottle. I mean, he really uses his knives, abuses his knives. So I recommend him getting a Cold Steel Voyager, and it's the same steel as the Alsate and the K-bar. But let me tell you something about these Voyagers. For 50 bucks, you can't get a bigger, stronger, and a sharper knife. I mean, you just more comfortable. I mean, this thing is extremely comfortable, and your hand's not going anywhere. But back to these other knives. This is a friend from church, and this, I believe it's a Benchmade auto striker. If y'all know, just tell me, leave it in the comments. I'd appreciate it. But it's a pretty tight auto, made in America. Benchmade is a really good company. His grandfather actually gave him this knife, and before his grandfather died, it was a gift to my friend, and his grandfather actually got it from a Marine. I don't know much more of the story, but there's no telling what kind of action this knife saw, so you just get a lot of neat stories when you sharpen knives for people. And back to the Spyderco Sharp Maker. This will not do serrations. I mean, you can kind of remove serrations with this, but I'm not going to do that because this is a sentimental knife. But this is the only thing that I've found that will truly, get to work on some serrations. If you keep your serrations maintained, you can actually have your serrations shave on you, so that's pretty cool. And you just kind of remove the burr. But anyways, that's the Benchmade, and this one right here is a handmade Skinner. Another guy from church wanted me to sharpen this, and this thing hasn't been sharpened in years. I mean, it's extremely, it's just, see how it's sliding off my fingernail? Now we'll get my personal knife. Now it just catches. It's not sliding because the edge is met up. If you look at my fingernail, you can kind of see where it's kind of shaving my fingernail. Did you get that?
I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up.
Well, anyways, it kind of shaves the fingernail, and this one just slides off like a butter knife. Like if you...
It's a rounded edge.
Yeah, I mean, if you go get a butter knife out of your kitchen and just put it on your thumb, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's a really neat knife, and it's really comfortable. Whoever made this did a really good job on it. And supposedly the guard is made out of a sterling silver spoon. So, it's cool. But I highly recommend this Craftsman product. I've been using it for years. It's it's a little bit cheaper than the Sharp Maker, but I've gotten a lot of use out of it. And I couldn't sharpen my knives without it, really. I mean, it's very necessary. And one of my buddies, he just got a strop, and he recommended a strop for me. So I'm going to buy that pretty soon, but this is what I use to sharpen my knives. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.